Hi everyone and welcome to the channel. This is Adinin and today we will be playing NBA 2K25. Today's matchup is between the Atlanta Hawks facing the Boston Celtics. Alright, let's do this.
Hi everyone and welcome. We bring you a regular season game with extra importance. This is game 3 of the NBA Cup, a final group stage contest. This is Brian Anderson with Grant Hill and Stan Van Gundy. And out on the sidelines is Allie LaForce. Let's take a look at the numbers for Zach Riesesche.
And by looking at his true shooting percentage over the last 5 games, you can see how much he's paying attention to his shot selection, and it's showing.
Let's take a look at our starters for Atlanta. Johnson at the 4 with Okongwu at the 5. Trae Young out there with Dyson Daniels. And it's Riesesche in at the 3, the small forward. And for Boston, Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. And it's Brown in at small forward. And as some of you might know, this game serving as the 3rd contest in group play of the NBA Cup tournament for these two teams. Grant, a lot on the line here tonight for them.
Yeah, B.A., and both sides are very much alive in the group stage at this point. Whoever gets the win here is well on their way to the next stage of the NBA Cup.
Now here's Holiday to the inside. And Tatum, the bucket on the assist from Holiday.
The high basketball IQ of Holiday really shines through when he's running pick and roll.
Pass to Riesesche. The 3 is up. Tatum pulls it in. And here are the Celtics. Tatum, a screen on Young. Holiday passes to Tatum. Can't get a second shot to fall. Now 1 of 2. From about 16, a nice shot by Young.
Well, that one from mid-range. Young's got a quick release.
And it's Holiday with the ball for Boston. They come into this one following the loss to Atlanta.
They failed to create enough good looks. The ball movement just wasn't quite where it needed to be.
Yeah, they had a hard time getting the looks they wanted on offense, and it's hard to get a win when that's the case.
And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall, and he could dunk through a brick wall, too.
Nice.
It's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
Now here's Brown. Tatum feeling it out a bit. Porzingis with a screen on Johnson. Pass to White. 6 to shoot. There's Tatum with the 3. The rebound by Atlanta. Their last encounter was in Boston, where they were able to handle the Celtics.
Yeah, they were able to execute offensively in a hostile environment, which led to a lot of high percentage shots.
Well, and it's one thing to get the shots you want. It's another to make them. They've got good scorers on this team.
Now here's White. Pass to Porzingis. Uses the glass on the layup.
Well, for Porzingis, that's just easy money. I keep going to that until they stop him.
Holiday against Young.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis. And so it looks like it'll be Atlanta's ball. And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. Coach wants to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Here are some of the best and most intelligent shooters in the association. Kristaps Porzingis on top.
And this guy just flat out knows how to score. A high IQ offensive player with a strong feel for what shots to take, which is why his field goal percentage leads the league.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Here's Riesesche, defended by Brown. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Yeah, plenty of power behind that move from Johnson.
And it's Holiday with the ball for the Celtics. Coach, when you talk about the Atlanta Hawks, you got to start with Trae Young.
One of the most exciting players to watch in the NBA, Brian. He can shoot the ball from anywhere on the floor. He's a great ball handler and one of the most creative passers in the game.
The Celtics with the lead. And again here in the first, about 3 minutes in. 2 minutes to the paint. Tipped. Great start so far. 3 of 3 in this one.
Check out Porzingis' energy. He's just relentless on both ends of the court.
And Young draws the double. Daniels. That's in. Coming off an assist from Young.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Now here's Holiday. No made baskets yet. To the middle. And a fast break now for the Hawks.
Nope.
Pass to Young. The 3 from Rizachet. Porzingis grabs the board.
Another miss. He is struggling for the quarter.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, after some down years in Dallas, Kristaps Porzingis said, I really checked myself. From that point on, I started building my game back up. Sometimes when you're younger, your physical abilities might already be there, but your mental is not. Once that all clicks, that's when you've got something.
Well, it's a good way to think of it. Thanks, Allie. Here's Daniels, following the bucket by the Celtics. Blocked!
A true defensive expert. Holiday using awareness to get there for a denial.
And the
Oh,
bucket is
sweet.
good.
Nice.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
Hawks trail by 6. Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them.
Nice.
The Celtics have gone 6 of 9 and finding their rhythm now. Pass to Tatum. 12 seconds left to play in the first. Nails it from beyond the arc. Tatum's got 7.
And they're building up steam, getting out in front and trying not to look back.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
And so it's the Boston Celtics with a 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. Time for a quick break, then back to the action. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. Let's get a quick check of the scoring breakdown here for Boston.
Well, their game plan has been very effective so far. They're working the ball inside, putting constant pressure on it.
And another thing, they found the open man. Really playing unselfish basketball, moving the ball around there on the perimeter.
All right, this is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second. Green out there with Trae Young. Then it's Dylan Brooks. Then it's DeAndre Hunter. And it's Barlow in at the center position. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they will count the bucket.
Yeah, it was just a little late.
That was a
he
block.
thought he got there, but the ref saw it otherwise.
Walsh is checked in for Boston. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Bogdanovich is checked in for Barlow. Here's Mason. Green covering. It's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Hunter. Let's have a look at the leaderboard now and see the toughest defensive teams in the league these past 10 games. The Celtics second.
Well, their defense
The
over the
Rockets,
last 10
what?
games has been exceptional. They're really getting after it and communicating well on that end of the floor.
And the Celtics making a change here. Tillman's checked in. Tipped away and stolen by Green. And a fast break now for the Hawks. Stand on the tail end of a back-to-back. Tired legs can be a factor.
Yet fatigue as part of a long NBA season. And to me, it's the veteran guys who know how to be successful even when they're not at 100% that do the best in these situations.
Pritchard, the pass to Tillman. And that's collected by Trae Young. And Young has got the ball here for the Hawks. Trailing by 4. And after this one, they're at home against Philadelphia. And that's a one-game homestand for the club.
When Bogdan is set in the corner, feed him. He loves those shots. Can make him in his sleep.
The Celtics on offense. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Tillman with a screen. Here's Mason. Drills it
Sweet.
deep.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Up top, Brooks. No points so far. Another three
Oh,
for
come on.
Atlanta.
You gotta at least honor Brooks' three-point shot if you're the defense. I mean, he is more than capable of connecting.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Changes for Boston. Kristaps Porzingis comes in for Tillman. And Drew Holiday is subbed in for Pritchard. Okongwu's checked in for the Hawks. Daniels comes in for Bogdanovich. So it's Boston now. Their next game playing at home as the Pacers come to town. Porzingis with a screen on Young. Down low. Oh, Porzingis getting it done inside.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
And coach, a perennial all-defense performer, Drew Holiday. Fearsome at that end of the floor in particular.
Yeah, Brian, he's
Oh,
as
man,
good
that was
a
all me.
defensive guard as there is.
I
Great
didn't
size and strength at
defend
the
him
point
right.
guard spot. You combine that with his IQ and his competitive will. He is a problem on a nightly basis.
Tatum from long range. Here's Jamison. And good
Oh,
work
sweet.
on the boards as they picked up the second chance points. Jamison's got his first basket.
Yeah, that's a nice hustle play, but boy, it drives a coach crazy to concede second chance points.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Brian, it's great hearing Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla talk shop. He said everybody tries to break basketball up into offense and defense, but it's one game. Your spacing, decision-making, and shot selection
Oh,
set
come
up your
on.
defense. That transition happens so fast, so the game is constantly changing. It's all connected, Brian.
No question. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff there. And that one's good for Brooks.
Poor defense.
A throwback wing. Dillon Brooks is very comfortable working down low.
Holiday passes to Porzingis. Again,
Oh,
gets it to
yeah.
go. He can't miss. 5 for 5.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Brown, he's checked in for Boston. Derek White comes in for Jason Tatum. Johnson, he's checked in for the Hawks. Risachet comes in for Young. And Atlanta with possession here. It's a three-point game. Here's Daniels. Boston with a rebound. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Brown downhill. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. It's on Onyeka Okongwu.
Well, you know, there's no shortage of confidence in Brown. It leads to his attacking mindset.
It's his first trip to the line.
Jaylen Brown at the line for 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
Ooh.
And he can't get the first one.
Oh my. Why?
And he's good on the second.
There are so many different roles Jaylen Brown can take on for his team.
Hawks trail by 4. There's 1:12 left in the first half. The three is up. Rizachet, no good.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
White for three. Again, the miss by Boston. Atlanta's gone 3 of 4 from outside so far in the second quarter. Pass to Daniels. Here's the three. And Jalen Johnson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, a complete offensive player. Daniels can set people up, and he can knock down shots.
Boston has gone 1 for 3 from downtown here in the second. Here's Mason. From deep. Hunter with the rebound. The Hawks trailing. There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. They now take the lead. Johnson's got his second basket.
And you like the balance here. Not just falling in love with the free ball.
Outside, Brown. Porzingis sets a screen. Brown passes to Porzingis. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in. Porzingis has got 6 points in the quarter. Here's Johnson. With 1 on the clock. No good. Would have counted had he gone. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Boston out in front, up 1. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports.
Hey folks, welcome. The Atlanta Hawks find themselves here in a close one at the half.
They're not showing enough fight defensively. Take some pride in getting some stops. This is when your leader has to step in and say something.
Yeah, tough to beat a team that's shooting double nickels from the field. Fellas, what do you say we take a look now at the power rankings?
And taking a look at Atlanta, they're one of the teams we've hoped would figure it out. Things are clicking right now, and still early enough for them to make something happen.
The way they've melded together as a team, it's been impressive. Glad you could join us. Ryan Anderson and crew are ready to take it away for the start of the third quarter.
We're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. It has been a clinic out there by Kristaps Porzingis.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
You were there, Stan, in Miami at the inception of Heat culture. Give us a taste of it.
Well, it's a little bit overblown in one way, in that everyone basically wants people who work hard and get in shape and compete. The difference maybe with the Heat is they just have a lower tolerance for players who don't meet their standards.
The perimeter pairing, it's White and Brown. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. And it's Holiday in at the 1 spot. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half. The 3 from Rizachet. Boston pulls it in. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
Gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss.
Holiday from long range. They grab their own miss.
Don't expect Porzingis to back off inside. He's ready for that physicality.
Boston shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
At the line for your Celtics, Kristaps Porzingis. At the line for 2 shots.
That free throw no good.
Yeah, and when healthy, Porzingis is still a very effective player and an important part to his team's success.
And he ends up missing both free throws.
Well, that's a rarity for him, not being able to cash in on the trip to the line.
And Coach, with Okongwu adding a 3 to his game, it's hard to keep him off the floor now.
It is, Brian, and he can do a lot for a team when he plays. He can now spread out the floor. He can guard multiple positions. But the main thing Okongwu does is he is all over the glass.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here. And these are the guys that continue to come through from the charity stripe. You look at Okongwu, he's been fantastic. Only one guy in the league better from the line.
And you can't afford to foul this guy. If you send him to the line, he takes great pride in converting from there. The league leader in free throw percentage.
And if you're just joining us, we've played just over a minute here in the third. Porzingis with a screen on Young. Holiday passes to Porzingis. And a moment to check out who the Boston Celtics have coming up. On Monday, they'll defend home court against the Indiana Pacers. And then on Wednesday, they'll host the Charlotte Hornets.
And for that game against San Antonio, it's going to be a hard-fought battle. You just hope they are able to execute their game plan, as it should be a close one.
The first one falls.
Standing at 7-3, we have never seen a player quite like Kristaps Porzingis, a fantastic shooter, a solid ball handler. What a talent.
Both free throws good from Porzingis. Stan, you've coached so many rookies over the years. What are some key things you like to see from a player coming into the league?
Well, look, you've got to have a guy, Brian, that's ready to compete at that level and has to bring that every night. From there, it's just all about learning. There's going to be mistakes, but you want guys who can learn and improve at a consistent rate.
Is it true that defense is the fastest way into the coach's heart?
Well, it's certainly a way to gain confidence, that's for sure. What a graceful shot by White, showing he's got that floater in his arsenal.
Outside Johnson. Fires from 14. Tatum pulls it in. Tatum's got his 5th rebound in this one. Porzingis sets a screen from outside the arc. Tatum! Money from deep!
And making 3 of their first 4 shots in this half is a strong start. Now it's about growing that momentum.
And so it's Quinn Snyder here calling timeout. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Here's Young. He's got 12. Pass to Okongwu. Here's Daniels. Five to shoot. Young from long range. Hauled in by Brown.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot in most possessions.
Well, Coach, we know how good Young is offensively, but he gets heavy criticism for his defense.
Yeah, look, and at 6'1", 164 pounds, he has some obvious limitations, Brian, but he's shown improved effort as a defender, and it shows in his defensive rating.
And you have to have that scoring ability on the floor. Well, we've seen him miss a couple from the line. He's 2 for 4 so far. First one falls for him. Brooks, he's checked in for the Hawks. Both free throws good from Porzingis. And Atlanta with possession here. They trail by 7. Pass to Daniels. Back to Young.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
And here's Johnson. And Porzingis with the block.
What a swat by the big man Porzingis. You always have to be careful shooting when he's lurking.
And we have to take another look at that block.
He's like,
Yeah,
nope.
obviously he had the shot well anticipated, able to shut it down with authority.
To stop the run. Boston leading by 7. Up top, Brown. 1:41 left in the third quarter. The 15-footer. Here's Porzingis. The rebound by Atlanta. Here's Daniels. He's got 5. And the ball out of bounds. The Celtics will have it. Now that we're into November, let's see how the Eastern Conference standings are shaken out. Taking a look at Boston in second now, but wanting to claim that top seed. And of course Atlanta, currently they're 5 spots behind them.
Checking out Atlanta, they had some lofty goals to start the year, but they may not have the roster to hang with the league's elite teams.
Yeah, they wanted to accomplish more this season, but things haven't quite worked out. Some bad breaks along the way.
And that one's good. Porzingis.
He's had it going offensively, helping them build this lead.
Hawks trail by 9. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Back to Daniels. From downtown, Holiday grabs the miss. For Boston, they've gotten 4 of 7 shots to drop in the third. Mason the pass to Tatum. Porzingis with a screen on Green. Tatum from long range, and he scores it. Now 5 of 9 from the field.
And when it comes to the 3, they've been really dialed in here in the second half.
And so it's Quinn Snyder here calling timeout, and we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. So both teams making some changes here. We've got 33 seconds left in the third quarter here. Brooks finds Green.
Foul. Mason, first personal foul. First team foul.
And we've got 28 seconds left to play in the third. Wallace, right side. Clock at
Nice.
6.
Well, that's why it's so important to seal off those passing lanes inside. Make them earn points in the paint.
Oh,
Mason,
come
no
on.
good. Now Green to end the drought. Three-pointer Brooks. Pure from three-point range. Brooks has got 8.
Well, offensively, he's doing his best to keep them in this game, but they might need someone else to step up as well.
And we've reached the end of the third. Celtics out in front, up 9. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
Yeah, well, this is the diversification of positions in this league. Everyone does everything now.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And Atlanta, looking at who they've got. Their backcourt, Young and Bogdanovich. Dylan Brooks is out there with DeAndre Hunter. And it's Green in at the three. It's stolen by Hunter. Bogdanovich passes to Young. Inside, it's Trae Young.
One of the elite scorers in this league. Trae Young with another big night. He is relentless.
Here's Mason. He drops it from range.
Rock solid screen right there. But the defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Hunter the screen. Young from long range. Boston with a rebound.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Here's the pick. And he's going for the oop here. Hammers the lob through. Well, Grant, you were an excellent defender in your day. So who was the toughest player you had to guard?
Well, there's so many great players. Michael, LeBron. Well, let's talk about the late, great Kobe Bryant. I mean, he really had no weaknesses. And even if you defended him perfectly, there's a good chance he can still make the shot.
Here's Young. Outside, Green. That one's good, and it's Young with the assist. Young's got his third assist of the night.
Yeah, you're not going to find too many floor generals better than Young.
Celtics lead by 9. Here's Mason. Lets it go from deep. Offensive rebound. Controls the rebound and the putback.
Their interior D continues to look shaky. Not a good matchup for them right now.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth here. Right side, Bogdanovich. One of the more consistent players in the league stands, Bogdanovich.
Yeah, Brian, averages in double figures every year, shoots it well from deep, a very underrated ball handler and playmaker. You love having guys like Bogdanovich that you can rely on every night.
And he knocks down the first one.
They're one of the more consistent scorers in the NBA. Bogdanovich is an asset for this team.
So for the Hawks, Okongwu's checked in for Hunter. Johnson comes in for Brooks. And it's Risache in for Green. And so Bogdanovich nails them both.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting.
On the wing, Tatum, covered by Johnson. Tatum can't hit.
Big rebound there. Now the question is, can they be better on the boards down the stretch? It remains to be seen.
The shot by Johnson, no good. Here's Young. Oh, Young with the power move.
Well, such a creative finisher. Young will find a way, even with the defender all over him.
If you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Here's Porzingis. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow.
Thought I had it.
Bogdanovich. Here's Okongwu. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like
You're catching up.
timing a route. That was impressive.
Porzingis with a screen on Young. Holiday passes to Porzingis. Over Okongwu. And he gets it to go off the front iron. Porzingis has got 20.
Yeah, Porzingis is deceptively mobile at times, which makes him dangerous in pick and roll.
And so it's Quinn Snyder here calling timeout. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. Daniels checked in for Bogdanovich. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, well, Quinn Snyder was just reviewing the plan with the team. Coach knows they're losing the 3 battle, and he told the team we need to limit their outside looks, force them to put it on the floor, and make them beat us off the dribble. Back to you, Brian.
And Allie, thanks. A minute 15 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Young against Holiday. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
You see the trust Young's guys have in him. When they need a bucket, he gets it for them.
And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for Boston?
Well, their shot blocking. The defensive effort level has been great. You got to love that intensity.
And also attacking in transition has been working for them. I mean, credit them for running the break well and being opportunistic.
Well, make no mistake, this is exactly who they want at the line in this situation.
Outside White to the inside. Here's Tatum. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
So when Tatum stays aggressive, he gets to the line a lot.
Jason Tatum at the line for 2 shots.
He gets the first, and that puts him up 5.
Well, it's so impressive how Jason Tatum has just continued to strengthen his game. He's a star who isn't easily satisfied by his own play and always wants to do more.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Taking care of business at the line, converting on all those free throws helps them build this lead.
He goes up, and Holiday powers it home.
And don't forget, that steal from Tatum ignited the break. Much easier to score off a turnover.
And Young has got the ball here for Atlanta. Puts up a 3. Boston pulls it in. White's got 4 rebounds in the game. Boston leading by 8. Porzingis with a screen on Young. White, the pass to Porzingis. And a Kongwu with the block. Fast break, here we go. Moving it up. Johnson with a bucket.
Even though he's young, Daniels tends to make the right decisions with the ball in his hands.
Here's Holiday. 50 seconds left to play in the fourth. Right side Tatum. Shoots over Johnson. And Tatum with the basket on the assist from Holiday. And the Celtics lead by 8.
Gotta love how they've just maintained their intensity, even when they're this far up.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Porzingis with a screen on Young. Holiday passes to Porzingis. Count it. Good.
Leaving nothing to chance. This run shutting the door on him.
Yeah, this run has poured a bucket of water on any ember of a potential comeback.
Trae Young, 3 points.
So we see the Celtics get the win here. That win brings them to a 3-0 start for the group play stage of the NBA Cup.
And now they're focused on getting a clean sweep over their group before moving on to knockout rounds.
All right, now let's check in with Allie LaForce. Allie, what do you have?
Thank you. I'm here with Jason Tatum. And Jason, congratulations on the win. What did you like about this team's performance tonight?
about toughness. And we figuring it out. It's early, but we taking it game by game, quarter by quarter, and everybody contributing. So I like it.
Thanks, Jason.
All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And time now to introduce our player of the game, Kristaps Porzingis.
Thank you for watching, everyone. Please comment, like, and subscribe. This has been Adenine.